So I've got a light game for you today on Neo Silphid, played on the ladder in around about March of 2023. His opponent today is a Protoss, spawning here in the bottom left position, playing in red, under the Smurf name Cat27. I'm not familiar who Cat27 is, but MMR around 2600, so obviously a very, very strong Protoss, and he is playing against Light, who is considered by many to be the best Terran in the world. So it's going to be a good game here, I have no doubt. We're on Neo Silphid. If you've never hung out with me before, my name is Rabbit Roo. Very, very part-time and casual Broodwar caster, but always a fan, always enjoy bringing games to you today. And looking forward to seeing what this one has in store for us all. So let's go, man. It's gonna be good. Let's see if I don't have a regular sort of screen. It seems closer than what it should be. I don't know if that's just because I haven't looked at my remastered screen in a little while. Casting somewhat infrequently at the moment. I've started my own business. I'm traveling for work quite a lot. Really enjoying it. So only really able to record games every now and again. I've just passed 500 subscribers, and I must say, when I started doing Broodwar casts, if you'd asked me at that stage, you know, how would you feel about getting 500 subscribers, I would have been absolutely ecstatic. And I'm not saying that now that I've reached that milestone, I'm not ecstatic. It's just I suppose become a little bit more casual and more about having fun than achieving goals and metrics and objectives and all that kind of stuff that I suppose makes something that is supposed to just be fun quite stressful. But I must say, now that I've got to that point, I am incredibly grateful for everybody who tunes in to watch the games with me. Obviously people that leave comments and likes and stuff is also very much appreciated. But it isn't as big a deal as what I think you think it will be when you start out your journey. So if any of you watching are ever wondering, sure, well, I've watched people cast, maybe I should do it. Do it for the right reasons. Do it because it's fun. Don't worry about metrics and things like that. I mean, I know people that do it semi-professionally, like say NSC, and I think, you know, it's great what he's doing. I really admire his motivation and his dedication, because I think to turn up again and again and again and to constantly make the product better is hard. And I must say, I really admire him because he's doing an incredible job with that. You know, the ladder series he creates, the features that are specific to stories in the Korean scene, the Star Leagues, the Night Leagues, the Pro Leagues. He really does bring great value to Broodwar and does deserve all of the support and accolades that he's getting. So good on him. Me, I'm just a casual. This has been a 20 Nexus against a factory expand. I expect actually it was a Rax expand based on the timing of the factory versus a Rax expand. So these two builds actually match each other quite perfectly. There's going to be a little bit of goon pressure now when the range kicks in, and a little bit of a repair forced on the bunker. But factory's already finished, second factory's on the way, add-on is in, so a tank should come out with plenty of time. It shouldn't really be too many issues. You can see Light, because of the timing of his command centers, actually got a 3 to 4 worker lead at the moment, which could well end up being quite significant as the game pans on. So our robotics facility is over here, I presume. So it's probably just going to be an observer opening from our Protoss. He's adding 3 gates. It looks like another 2 gates to go up to 3 in total. So looks like just a standard 3 gate obs. There we go. So hitting the bunker as predicted. And he's going to need another SCV, so pulls it on time. So no real concerns. Yeah, this is all just pretty standard. Getting the turret up for safety in case there's some weird DT follow-up behind this. We can just see it's 3 gate obs from our Protoss. I'll be interested to see what he wants to do from here. If he's going to go Reaver, if he's going to start an architect tree, and the timing that he puts on his third base. I think he wants to scout the tech path from Light. Is he going to go siege mode? Is he going to go mines? We can see that it's going to be Vulture speed, interestingly enough. So neither mines or siege mode, going for Vulture speed first and foremost. So probably just wants to get out onto the map with a few vultures and harass mineral lines and things like that. There's no real wall here, so that will be an opportunity for him to do some damage. I like the sim, it's so tight, maximizing the space in what is a pretty small base, and all your goons can get out, pops out this side, pops out that side, pops out that side. That's absolutely perfect. I somehow always manage to get my shit stuck, so, so watching good players do it is good. So here we go. It's got the little goon contain, and has managed to take a little 3 tank, 4 marine, just basically to push the goons back. He's got no chance of fighting all these goons with this little army. So I don't know why Light has moved out as far as he has. Maybe it's just to push the Protoss back a little bit. Who knows? Siege mode is still not started. I do see a shuttle in the production tab, and I see a support base. We are going to get a delayed Reaver. I have mixed feelings about the delayed Reaver. I watched Snow play a game against, I think it was Best. That's certainly what the Smurf name indicated. And Snow actually lost that game because I felt the timing of the Reaver probably didn't quite work out, but he made other mistakes as well. So let's see in this game if the delayed Reaver serves our Protoss player a little bit better, and how exactly you're supposed to play what is a slightly more delayed Reaver build. Okay, so we're transferring workers. There is plenty of blue on the map. It's just basically Light being very, very active with his vultures, laying mines, trying to harass, but this Protoss has positioned his goons pretty nicely. Also a beautiful pylon wall. I'm pretty sure a vulture could have got through there, but didn't want to lose them all for free. Ah, this one snuck in though. So I gave him all those compliments about how well he managed to secure his mineral line, and then he gets a vulture in here. Let's keep a kill count on this man. See how he does. He's got 3 so far. Ooh, 4. And that's again really good micro from Light. 5. I think he ended up with 6 kills there. And he sees the Reaver pop. What a great scout and harassment. Everything that Terran wanted to achieve with those vultures, he managed to get done there. Excellent play from Light. He's not regarded as the best player for no reason, that's for sure. Already sub 8 minutes, starting a command center, a 3rd command center. Going up now to 5 factories. This is going to become serious macro power. 60 workers versus a measly 46 probes on 3 bases from our Protoss. I think this Protoss is going to have a seriously tough time catching up here unless he somehow does some damage with these Reavers. So there's a Reaver and 2 Zealots in the shuttle. The turret coming up here though. Oh, it does drop the Reaver, but I think he's still got him in here, and he drops him again. There's a nice Scarab there getting, oh, another decent Scarab. In fact, he's managed to clean up a really decent chunk of Light's army, but he still has more than enough tanks to hold the line here. So a decent exchange. Behind that decides to expand to a 4th base towards the Terran, maybe arguing that this might have been a better option than being here as close to the Terran as what this base is. Time will tell if that's a mistake or not. So Light's just bombing along. He's got more workers, so certainly has a little bit of an army deficit. Has to rebuild his tank count. He had about 8 or 9 tanks, and then after that little skirmish, he's down to just a handful. Goons here just holding the line so no vultures can run by. Mines are pretty well placed to spot what's happening. In fact, this floating eBay could tell Light exactly what's happening with this base coming up. There we go. So floated, so they're going to confirm the Nexus now. This has been pylon walled though, and our Protoss is moving a few goons here to intersect any vultures that may be tempted to come and harass. So we have some shuttles moving about. What's inside you? Still that same Reaver. So he managed to keep that Reaver alive, which is pretty impressive. So flies in, confirms the Nexus. Perhaps now might think, well, maybe I need to take another base. Maybe I need to attack. He's ahead in supply here, is Light. So unless this Protoss has got some serious micro, I'm very, very concerned about his ability to hold an attack. Obviously the Reavers will be really important. Some good Scarabs will make a big difference. But I have a feeling if I could whiff it out that Light's going to start applying some pressure really soon. Wow. 10.5 minutes comes the Academy. It's only going to have scanners now. That's quite late. So very, very greedy start, or very, very greedy build or game from Light so far. So we are absolutely happy to admit that we're a bit rusty. We have not cast a few games in a while. I have been watching ASL. I'm not going to spoil any of the results or whatever, but I've been watching the Tastosis casts and keeping in touch with the game. What I do to stay in touch with the game, honestly, is I watch CNSC and I watch ASL, and I have some Twitch channels that I follow, mainly Protoss streamers that I watch to keep in touch with the game, and that's how I enjoy my Brood War. I'm always curious to know how consumers of Brood War, who they spend their time with, whose casts or streams they watch and don't watch. Those are my choices. I don't nearly have as much time for this game as I maybe had a year ago, but I enjoy it so much for the little bit of time that I can dedicate to it. So we've got our microphone on, we are recording here, and if we can keep our energy up, we'll probably try and do a fair handful of games today. So Light chucking down a whole bunch of mines. Looks like he wants to establish a 4th base. He's got a nice, he's going to have the whole top of the map. And I think a 4-basing Terran, even if this is the small, the one with the limited patches, would be good. But there's nothing to protect that SCV there. So that was a little bit unfortunate. So blocked this position off quite well. Where is the majority of his army? He's sort of slowly moving down to the center of the map. So a lot of goons here. So if we pan out, we've got some goons and kind of spreading across here to take on the entire Light army. This does not seem to be a terribly good idea. So just clears the mines and backs away. Doesn't want to engage into the entrenched tanks, which makes a whole heap of sense if I'm perfectly honest. The goal of these Reavers though is to just block this being established, but Light's like, I don't care. I've moved down here and I've taken this position, which has got way more minerals and way more gas, so you're welcome to block this if you like. Our Protoss is now moving down to take this position, and aside from that little skirmish a little earlier with the tanks and the Reavers, there've not been much by way of fights in this game. So it has not been a helter-skelter epic battle back and forth, unfortunately, but it is always good to try and track the games of our favorite players and see what we get. Wow, man, that is a lot of zealots. So this is really and some arbiters as well. So this is a fairly standard build. It's just he's maxing out at 13.5 minutes, which is too late. It means you're engaging with a maxed out Terran yourself, and you're just not going to get any penetration. He hasn't thrown down any stasis. He has a storm, that's not bad. Another storm as well, but he's thrown in a whole heap of army and didn't really reduce the tank count by much at all. This base is under no threat, so unless the Protoss can pull off some like really miraculous recalls or something, which obviously Light is pretty well prepared for with all the turrets and the mines anyway, I don't see the Protoss being able to do an awful lot of damage with this build, which was a very, very slow progression to arbiters. So sure, this is decent here, coming in and denying this base. I'm pretty sure that Light will be able to pivot around and either counter. Oh no, he's going to lose both Reavers. I think he just lost the one. Nope, he lost both Reavers. Drops that Reaver down. Okay, so he's in there. Did get a little bit of hit points, but lost one Reaver, kept the other one thankfully. And Light is still moving around to harass. There's a lot of cannons though. So he does evacuate the probes, but he's going to lose all of those vultures if he keeps pursuing it. Not the best trade there from Terran, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, definitely happy with my choice to can the lofi beats and just to play the Starcraft music. It's a reason why. It's just you know, a part of the game, a part of the legend that is this 25-year-old game is the songs for the various races. This is obviously the Terran song, and I very much enjoy it. The Zerg songs are so cool. What's your favorite song? Love you to let me know. Is it the Zerg song, the Terran song, or the Protoss song? Okay, so we've maxed out again, so we've got to attack somewhere. Light's just expanding everywhere. I mean, this Protoss is going to have no chance of winning. if I could predict the end, I think he's just gonna try and engage, or Light's just gonna decide, you know what, I'm maxed out. I'm just gonna move my army across 2-1, about to become 3-2. I'm just gonna march across the map and kill you. And what are you gonna stop me with? The Arbiter is sleeping. There he is. He's got 100 energy. He hasn't stasised anything. Stasis something. Do something. Please? Both players accumulating a bit of money. Protoss is just running away here. Like, doesn't want to fight, but kind of has to. Here we go. Please throw down a stasis on all these tanks. Over here. Hey, oh, that is a gorgeous stasis. Wow, look at that. And the storms as well. That is a beaut. Nice thumbnail candidate there as well. So this is a pretty good fight, but unfortunately at 16 minutes, Terran is so strong you can freeze half the army. The other half of the army can probably still just smash you, which is why the Arbiter style has become somewhat redundant, because look at this. He froze everything. Well, you and I both saw it, and yet the supplies have just absolutely dwindled down. Is able to, with these 3 Arbiters, to pick off a fair number of tanks, but these ones are going to come out to stasis pretty soon. And what does he have to fight? Okay, so he has surrounded these tanks, but yeah, there's more. So now there's tanks in tank mode that are actually able to pick off the remaining armies. So it's 154 plays 110. Now we've got vessels in the equation that can start to reduce the energy. You see these Arbiters have got no energy at all. So I think all he really has to do now is move across the map and kill 1 or 2 critical bases, and that'll be job done. Ah, Arbiters killed the tank. Holy crap. Oh, these goons are going to have a very tough time. I mean, the positioning of the vultures in front is really, really solid. And if we zoom out here just to get some perspective, there is very short distance between where Light is and the natural of the Protoss. If he gets on top of the natural, remember the Protoss doesn't have the other main. If he gets on top of the natural of the Protoss, it's going to be game over. And there's just so much Light here. A couple of goons, a couple of Arbiters, but there's so many Arbiters, but they've been stasis. They don't have energy to do anything. He's had no recalls. He's going to let this Arbiter die by the looks of things to Goliaths. There we go. And this Goliaths are now a real threat because the Arbiters can't get too close, which means the rest of the army can't get to. Beautiful buffering here from Light, making sure that his vultures are protecting his tanks. Protoss realizes he's got no chance of breaking that position. He's about to have his natural squished like a bug, so he taps out. And Light plays a really, really solid, but honestly somewhat unexciting PvT. I'm pretty sure I will bring some more exciting and dynamic games to the channel, but that wasn't a bad one just to get my teeth back into casting games anymore. So I did enjoy that one. I hope you did as well. And subscribe and hit the like button, all those good things, because there are many fun games on the channel already for you to enjoy, and many, many more fun ones to come. So until next time, guys, I'm Rabbiru. Take it easy. Ciao, man.